Hey everybody, Real Fan Man here. So somebody asked me if I could do like a layout tour slash overview, and so I figured, yeah, I could do that. So I could do that. Um, so a lot of you know I model the Pan Am Railways and modern times, and CSX just pretty much bought Pan Am Railways, so you're gonna be seeing a lot more CSX locomotives on my layout. So, anyways, yeah, Pan Am Railways, modern times. As you can see, I'm going through some construction phase right here. Just basically swapping out where the shed is and the fueling rack. Now I finally got this guy started up. I'll show you the kit real quick. There's the kit, diesel fueling facility. Been sitting on that for a little while. I think I bought that at a train show in December in Foxborough, Mass. But anyways, the diesel shed used to be right here, and where I had my MOW track, the train would have to go through the engine shed or the shop, and I didn't really want that. So I decided I was gonna just rip this section up, like I think I mentioned that in my last update, and just swap where the fueling area was in the shop. So the shop's gonna be over there. Um, Left side is going to be for freight cars. Right side is going to be for locomotives. At least that's for the most part. Unless they need the left side for locomotives, using my imagination, who knows. So, anyways, so I'm modeling P&M Railways, which is now owned by CSX. This is the East Deerfield Yard, which is a real yard in Deerfield, Massachusetts. Definitely not the same size by far, but this is my version of it. I also have WT Recycling, which is just west of the yard. Not even more than a quarter of a mile west of the yard. It's like literally, like maybe, I don't know. If I had to guess, maybe 200 yards, really, realistically, 2 football fields away. But the only difference on my layout is I have it on this side of McClellan Farm Road because of space restrictions and whatnot. So let me turn this light off. Maybe that might be a little better. There we go. So that's WT Recycling just west of the yard. I'm modeling HO scale. The layout is, you can see it is a double decker. That's a second level. It is 9 feet wide by 12 feet long. So it's a 9 by 12 double decker. There's the helix. Helix is 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet, which the table is. This is my first level reverse loop. And you can see over there, I don't know if you can really see it that far. Let me scooch down over here. I do have a track that runs around the helix. You can see it. The radius on where the two tracks are is pretty much, the outside is like 40, I want to say it's like 48 and a half or 49 inches. The inside is like 24 or something like that. I wanted to make sure that they were big enough to accommodate the longer locomotives and longer rolling stock. So far, so good. However, when I get a basement, I will have probably a bigger helix, and I'm going to build it a little differently. So, but that's down the road. I use this backer board here for a cover. I can't think of the name of this board here. It comes in 2 foot by 4 foot sheets at Home Depot, and I'm having a brain fart. So, but anyways, I'm using that for my fascia and all that. Okay, so back to the yard. I'm going to try and make this kind of quick and painless as possible. And I'm sorry in advance if I'm jumping around. Got a lot going on. Starting a business. Some of you know it's going good so far. I got some customers coming in. So I actually have a tree job to do tomorrow. For it's family, but I'm still, I'm still getting paid, and it's still, it's still billable. It's a billable job. So. I'm happy about that. And then I start spring cleanups the first week of April. And still just kind of trying to get things buttoned up and whatnot with the equipment that I have. And still a couple other things I need to do. I need to help my friend that's going to let me use their trailer for a little bit until I can afford to get my own. Help him do some things with the trailer. Just make sure, the lights work and everything's all set and buttoned up with that. So yeah, anyways, it's coming along. And this weekend, Real Lady 2020 and I are taking another trip to, you guessed it, Horseshoe Curve. Actually, we're going to the Tunnel Inn, but we might, if they're open, go to the Horseshoe Curve. If not, we'll be at the bottom watching the train go around. But I'll have some videos on that coming up this week, and I'm sure I'm going to try and go live at the Tunnel Inn as well. Really awesome place. This will be our third time staying there, and it's an awesome rail fanning experience. Trains galore. So yeah. All right, back to the layout. Sorry, I got on a tangent. Okay, so East Deerfield Yard. I have quite a few trains that come in and out. For example, we'll do a 22K, which is a train that NS Norfolk Southern actually runs through. They have trackage rights to go through the yard or run on their tracks through the yard or whatever you want to call it. They do drop off and pick up cars there too, I believe. There's 22K and 23K. 22K is west to east, and 23K is east to west. Did I say that right? West to east, east to west. Okay. So anyways, 22K we'll say. Sometimes that runs through. I have them come down on the main line, headed east. The yard crew will have their cars, pretty much all set, parked on the arrival departure track. The train pulls up. They uncouple. Like, say if they're dropping 5 cars off, they, uncouple at the 5th car. They pull up, and pull up past the crossover. They'll back down at the arrival departure track, couple onto the cars they're picking up, and then they'll pull out and back onto their train, and then bring their cars they're dropping off, and they'll put those cars here. Then the yard crew will do their job and put the cars away accordingly to whatever track number JMRI sets them to. So yeah, anyways, that's one train. Then I have local trains. I have interchanges that pretty much all originate here. 22K, 23K, they come from staging. Same thing with and this is where I store pretty much all my cars. I'm running out of storage though, so those are pretty much all full. Anyways, EDPO would be basically East Deerfield Yard to Portland, Maine, and that's just taking cars from East Deerfield Yard, and then they'll go off the layout to staging A or staging B. POED is Portland, Maine to East Deerfield Yard, and then so on and so forth. The yard crew, that power will come in on the arrival departure track. The locomotives will probably go to the diesel fueling area, the new diesel fueling area, or they'll head to the shop if they need some work done. And the yard crew will break that train down. So that's another example. This particular train right here, I will be doing an op session. This is the Springfield turn. Deerfield turn, and that is a southbound train. So they will be heading this way, which technically is heading east, but my southbound line is right here. my northbound line is right here, and we'll go up to the second level. All right, so here you go. You got the outside track right there, over there. That is the northbound line. This is the southbound line, and they'll come up, you know, they'll come up south, and then they'll pull onto the siding where this train is parked. This train will not be here when they get up here. This is another train. This is Springfield to East Deerfield. But anyways, they'll pull up onto this track right here. This side of this is the main line. I'm sorry. This is the main line. This is the siding. This side is zone 5. Or no, I'm sorry, zone 4. So basically all those industries on the back wall. There's going to be another one right here. That's going to be CPS, Corn Production Services, and we're actually dropping a car off there. And then there's Turf Care, which is a real business that I actually used to work at in Hatfield, Mass. But I decided I would put it in Deerfield because, you know, this is Deerfield. And they accept covered hoppers with fertilizer. That, like I said, is going to be Corn Production Services, Lakeville Shipping, and then Centennial Mills, right? Yeah, Centennial Mills, and then there's the tank car loading unloading facility, which kind of like a transfer station for tank cars. And then on this side right here, this would be zone 3, I believe. Big and Cement, Central Gas, and then there's the team track. So this is Deerfield. Any train that heads south or southbound trains, say if I think Pioneer Valley Railroad interchange is another interchange I do. They would basically head up here, and this would just represent the southbound. You know, I don't know. This is just basically where I would swap the cars, and then I would bring them back down to the yard to be classified. So over here we have Route 5. You can see it right there, Route 5. So this is my divider between Deerfield and Berniston, Mass, this is the northbound area. Right now, the industries I have up here, it's just, you know, industries I had, and I wanted to put them somewhere. So I got Water Street Freight Terminal right there. I'm thinking about having a passenger station on the other side of where these box cars are. And there's the passenger train. We call that the Vermonter. Travels north and south. So that'll be making some sights on, and it already has in some of my operations videos. And there's Beaver Lumber. So you can see there, and I'll actually be doing an operations up here too. That's slated to happen maybe within a week. So that's the northbound section. And then we got the eastbound run, local. We got Heritage Furniture, Boyles Transfer. Then we got Armstrong Electric back there. There's another MOW train parked there. I had to get that out of the yard. So this is Gardner, Mass, and it's east of East Deerfield Yard. So we're pretty much got Main Street right here. Got Avenue A right here. This I'm calling Avenue B for now. I got a little map of the area schematic I made up. So maybe someday I'll have some operations on here. I mean, I could probably, if I, you know, where I'm standing now close to the door, I mean, there's plenty of room for at least 2 other people to be in here. So maybe even 4, really, you know. So, but that's pretty much it, you know. I mean, everything on my layout pretty much revolves around the East Deerfield Yard. However, my next big permanent layout when Rail Lady 2020 and I buy a house is going to probably be based on the CSX West Springfield Yard, because they actually have like an intermodal area in their yard. So I kind of want to do some intermodal trains too. I mean, I could still do them on this. I could do like the trash intermodal trains that go through East Deerfield Yard. They actually get stored there too, so I could do that. But you know, something different, and I want to be a little more prototypical as far as the area goes. You know, let's just put it this way. You know, realistically, a basement layout, I probably won't fully finish it, which is fine. I enjoy building the layout. I mean, if you go back to some of my videos, I've probably torn this layout here in this new place that my girlfriend and I live. Like, at least I've taken it completely down at least twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. Prior to that, it was like 4 or 5 times. I don't know, but I'm happy with this. You know, I'm just going with what I have right now. And, you know, like obviously stuff like this is fine, you know, because I'm not taking the table down or whatever. This is just all surface track rearranging stuff. So even Rail Lady 2020 told me, she was like, you better not be taking the tables down this time. I'm like, no, I'm not taking the tables down. Just doing some track rearrangement. That's all. So I took some of the fascia off of here too, so I can utilize it over here. So see, now I've actually kind of, I don't want to say mastered the curve, but I kind of learned the curve. Except for this area right here is going to be, you know, squared off, and that's not a big deal. This right here is going to be an interesting scene when I get to it. Connecticut River right here. And actually while I'm here, this actually represents, let me just say, a branch line for the southbound trains. Because realistically, from the yard, northbound, southbound, northbound and southbound trains actually leave. They head west first out of the yard, believe it or not. If you look up the East Deerfield Yard on Google Maps, both of those lines actually travel west first. So, but again, space restrictions, you know, and that's okay. But I'm trying to think what else there. I think the height is like 45 inches. Because I don't think I mentioned that. The height is like about 45 inches from the floor to the top of the table. And then I believe this is about a foot. At least it should be a foot. So, you know, it looks a little different, obviously, because I have the fascia kind of overhanging a little bit. And I used 1x2s on my second level with foam board. But I had it, so I figured I would use it. And this is all plywood right here. This is like, oh god, 1/4 inch maybe. No, not 1/4 inch. It's less than 1/2 inch. I know that. Maybe 7/16. I don't know, something like that. 11/32. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not complaining. I don't know if you can measure that. Right there. I don't have a ruler on me. Got my tape measure. Okay, I'm rambling now. Anyways, yeah, any questions, comments, constructive criticism, whatever, just feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any and all. And hit that thumbs up button if you wouldn't mind. That'd be cool. Yeah, looks like we got some, oh yeah, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Nice. It's okay, I'll be warm working that tree job. Okay, that's enough out of me. Everybody take care. Be safe. Have a great Tuesday evening. And, yeah, happy modeling. Rail Fan Man signing out.